You know what really grinds my gears?
We've done this before.
No, I know, but I've had something that I've been trying to tell you for 2 weeks now, and I haven't talked to you about it because we haven't been here.
What is it?
I hate when the news is like reporting on something and they're like, "Oh, reports of this thing happening," and then they have video footage of that thing happening. Like I saw this thing, I was at the gym and it was like reports of a car through a business, and then there's like a footage of the car inside the lobby of the business, and it's like, that's not reports, that's actually happening. Like,
What do you think reports mean?
or it's like reported car through business or something like that, or like it's actually happening. Don't treat it like it's like there's a rumor. Just say like there is a car inside a business.
Well, reports aren't rumors. Reports are them being like, we have been given information that this thing has happened.
Okay, but you're on site with your camera.
Yeah, because they got a report that this had happened. Someone reports something, it means they disseminate information. It doesn't mean like, oh, we think this might be happening.
It's deceptive. It's like when they posted the video of that guy burning down the paper factory, and they were like, suspected guy burning down paper factory, possible motive, and it's like, no, he took a video of himself doing it.
Yeah,
did it like,
when they say like suspected something like that, and then they just show a video of it happening, I'm just like, okay, that one I can get behind, but the reported, it's that no.
To me, when the news says like, oh, we're hearing reports of, it's like you can't corroborate it, or we're just disseminating the information. Like reports of gunfire, okay, you don't have like the active policing, but like to be like reports of car through business and then show a car inside of a building, like just say like breaking news, car crashes through building.
I don't know, maybe there's some like journalistic integrity thing that we're not privy to, but even with the gunfire thing, if someone comes in and was like, oh yeah, I heard gunfire over here, and they report on that, that's them again just like passing along the information.
I gotta ask Sean, he has a journalism degree.
I know there's like some pillars that they have to abide by.
Crisis actors, they gotta get the crisis actors on scene.
Yeah, that's the first pillar of journalism, always hire crisis actors.
Sean tried to tell me that that's a real thing.
Crisis actors?
Yeah. I don't doubt that like there have been crisis actors before, but like to say like it's like a common thing.
I feel like it's less actual crisis actors and more narcissistic people wanting to involve themselves in a situation.
Yeah. Me going on the news just to... I should start going on Fox News.
What are you gonna... How?
I should just call them and be like, I'm a white guy and I have opinions. Can you put me on? Like, can I call into the... I don't know. What's the...
I don't think you can call into news stations anymore. I think now it's just like you tweet at them.
Okay, cool. So I'll start tweeting at Fox and be like, I'm a white guy with opinions. Can you put me on with the... I don't know who hosts Tucker Carlson's show now, but whoever hosts Tucker Carlson's show after he got fired. And then I'll go on and be like, just saying stuff.
That'll be great for your reputation.
Yeah. I was watching this thing of this guy saying that Alani turned him gay.
Okay. Isn't Alani like a water?
It's
like
an energy drink.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to be like, guys.
What was his claim that it turned him gay?
He just drank too much of it. Now he's gay.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe he was too sleepy to realize he was gay the whole time.
His dick is in overdrive now. Couldn't get hard around his girl.
Got a little bit of taurine in his system.
Took too much Alani, went to the gym, saw a guy working out. Correlation, not causation.
I mean, that sounds like causation to me. Because if you didn't have the Alani, those correlated events wouldn't have happened, you know?
If not for have, yeah. How was your week?
Yeah, it was a week. Slept a lot. Dude, I got home last night after the traders party.
I meant to ask, are you hungover at all?
No, I'm not hungover. But What time did I get home? Like 7, 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Yeah. Immediately took a 2-hour nap.
Just a nap. Didn't fall asleep. Just took a nap.
Well,
I mean, you fell asleep, but like didn't like go to sleep.
Yeah,
just
I
took a
didn't go to
nap.
bed. I took a 2-hour nap. I woke up at like 10, dehydrated as fuck.
Yeah, I didn't drink any water yesterday.
Yeah, no, the only liquids I consumed were my Ghost in the morning and then alcohol throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I was hella dehydrated. Ordered some fucking Wendy's at like 12:30, and that brought me back to life for a little bit, and then I went to bed at 3. No,
you get
yeah,
a job again, you're gonna be fucked.
I know. I have to have like an entire week that I just spend in the forest to reset my circadian rhythm, because it's not good. Been going to bed at 3, like waking up at 9, and then taking a nap from like 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
That's like an infant schedule.
Yeah, I'm on baby time.
I got home last night and just out of force of habit took my sleeping meds like right when I got home.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to fight them because I was not ready to go to bed because it was only 8. So for 3.5 hours, I fought them.
Why didn't you just not take them?
Because I just took them out of force of habit. Like usually around like...
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like, oh, I accidentally bit my lip. I have like a habit of biting my lips. It's like I had to get up, go to my pills, take them out, put them in my mouth and swallow.
So part of the pills is a Benadryl. And I give Havoc a Benadryl after I walk him at night.
Okay.
And so like
one for you, one for me.
Yeah, pretty much. So I did that, and then I just like walked into my room and threw them in, and I was like, oh, it's only 8 p.m. Oops. And so I just like fought them. So for like 3.5 hours, I was hella loopy, watching river monster clips on TikTok.
Dude, that show was sick.
I texted you guys about it. Every fish is just a catfish.
Yeah, there's a gigantic catfish.
He's like, I'm in the Amazon, and I'm hunting this thing that's killed 5,000 people, and he catches it, and he's like, oh my god, it's a Burmese catfish. Oh my god, it's a Nile catfish. Oh my god, it's a Cincinnati catfish. Like,
catfishes are prevalent.
It's just all it's all catfish and all sturgeon.
Yeah,
like every fish is just a catfish, every fish is just a sturgeon, every animal's a crab.
Eventually, yeah. We will eventually crab.
You know what? I'm pissed. I was thinking about this today because I was taking a shower and I accidentally inhaled water.
Okay.
Like as I was showering, and like that's like the most painful like experience because it gets like stuck inside like your like nasal cavity.
I would beg to differ that women's periods are far more painful, and I will forever be an ally.
You're right.
In your time of need.
I need to go put a birthing simulator on.
Exactly.
Right now.
So how about you shut your man ass up about the most painful experience?
At maybe like 12th or 6th or 7th most painful experience is inhaling water accidentally. But I was like thinking about it, and like, you know how people complain that boomers like fucked the economy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad that they fucked the economy, but I'm more mad that they didn't spend more time making their children be in water more so that we evolve gills to be amphibious.
Ooh.
Because like,
well, I mean, we lost our gills.
Well, that's the whole thing.
But you want to go back to gill?
Well, that's the whole thing. Is like evolution is like, oh, we're evolving because like you're in this environment, but then they often shed things that we don't need to shed. Like we could totally just have gills right now, and that wouldn't be a problem. Like it would be really cool to be like, okay, you could breathe on land and in air and water.
I guess, yeah.
And that's at least 6 more holes.
I feel like if we do have gills, the majority of people don't live like next to the ocean or within a certain distance of the ocean.
We should have gills.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the people in fucking Montana, they just have extra holes.
They can have okay, fine. They can have hooves.
Get like infections.
They can have hooves.
So you want geographically specific animalistic evolution?
Yes, I want to artificially create like the most egregious caste system by landscape in America. I want
There's
gills.
a couple
Or not even
scientists from the 40s that I think
not even
would
gills.
get behind this.
I want to, because you know how like snakes don't have gills, but they can like just go in water and just like hold their breath. Or like hippos, they don't have gills, but they can just go in water and like close their nostrils and like be fine for like several hours underwater.
Yeah.
That's at least what I want. I want to be able to just go in the water and like be able to.
I mean, have you ever heard of free diving? Like, you can do this.
No, but I want to be able to like, I want to be like, okay, I'm going fishing. And then I go in the water and I'm down there for like an hour or two without a tank.
You want to like, when you say you're going fishing, you want to like catch the fish with your hands?
Well, like what if I have like a spearfishing rod?
Okay.
Like, I don't want to have to rely on a snorkel or like a very short period. I want to be able to either permanently breathe underwater if I need to, or at least for like an hour.
You can train your lung capacity to get
Not an hour,
but
not an hour.
You can get like 20, 30 minutes.
No.
That's what free diving is.
There's no way.
They go like thousands of feet underwater.
Look up look up the longest someone has held their breath underwater.
Okay.
Because I don't believe it's 20. I used to be able to hold my breath for 3 minutes. And then I started smoking sickies. And
longest time someone held their breath underwater.
So remember how I told you I went
29 minutes and 3 seconds. It was a free diver.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, like, you can just train this.
Okay.
Is holding breath for 47 seconds good? The average person can hold their breath for about 30 to 90. And then it has that looks a lot creepier when it was zoomed out.
Oh my god. Okay, so when I was editing the thumbnail for this thing, the pictures that I photoshopped onto it are different lighting. So the picture I used of your face is from the hotel room in Reno, but the picture I used of my face is a more like recent one. And so it's two different lighting. So I had to blend them, but I didn't want to do it. So I just told Photoshop to do it itself. And I didn't realize it was using AI. There's no AI in this. I deleted it. But it started using AI and it couldn't quite figure out the lighting on my face. And it just fucking turned me into like a cartoon. Like but it wasn't quite a cartoon. It was like that weird, what is the Uncanny Valley. It's like a weird Uncanny Valley like hybrid between like a super realistic cartoon and real life.
Interesting.
Like I looked like a corpse. Or like, you know, when like someone gets their head cut off in a movie and like you can tell that it's like a dummy head. But it's not. Like, you could tell it's a dummy head, but it's super realistic. Like, it doesn't look cheesy, but you can still tell. That's what I look like.
So like a wax statue kind of thing.
Yeah, like it was just weird. So remember how I was telling you how I went to that thing on Friday with a certain group of people? I'm not going to say it out loud just in case they get in trouble. And they were smoking weed and they were all getting paranoid. One of them, the husband of one of the people that was there, who's also part of that group, was like, you know, I was reading this article about how weed's actually really good for your lungs and it's really good for your brain because it like coats them in something and it makes you be able to hold your breath longer.
I don't know about holding the breath longer, but there is a benefit to having weed coating your lungs, specifically when coming in contact with COVID. People who smoked weed were less likely to get COVID on the regular. All
I know is like it very much sounded like someone who was addicted to weed. Like to me, you could substitute the word weed for crack and just like different activities. Like, you know, crack's actually really good for you because it gives you energy, right? And you need energy to function. Like the way he was like talking about it was just like that. And I was sitting there like, this is an insane cope. Like you could just say you smoke weed. Like you don't have to like justify it. Like you could just be like, I smoke a lot of weed and I like the way it makes me feel. This is California. You don't got to be like, no, trust me, it's good. Everyone here is not me. Everyone else was smoking weed. Like,
yeah, I think that guy was just faded and saying dumb shit. I don't know if it was necessarily a cope, but
The thing is one of the people there got them that weed because he was gonna DoorDash weed or whatever the DoorDash for weed is.
mm-hmm.
And apparently it's like a $70 minimum. And he was like, that's way too much for weed. Like, that's too much weed. I don't need that much weed. And so one of the people there got him, I don't even know what you call it, like a joint, I guess, but it wasn't a joint because it was like that thick. Like, it was a fucking thick ass.
Was it kind of longer? Or...
It was like conical shaped.
Yeah, it could have just been a fat joint.
But it was thick. It was like 2 Sharpies thick.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the size of like the jumbo Sharpies.
Yeah, I mean, you can make big ass ones like that. If it's wrapped in paper, it's a joint. If it's wrapped in tobacco leaves, it's a blunt.
You know what it looked like?
Mm.
It looked like the sage bushels that you burn to like
cleanse a house of ghosts.
That's exactly
and
what
spirits.
it looked like, but more conical, not uniformly with. But I was just like, this is the biggest like bushel of weed I've ever seen someone smoke at once.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well,
I don't think we have a transition.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're back after being off for a week. Episode 62.
Yay.
5 more weeks until I'm annoying. I promise you I'm not going to be annoying about it.
I'm wearing noise canceling headphones for the whole episode, and I'm just going to do my best to read your lips. Oh, we should do that.
You know what? So last night, if we were going to stay and we were going to do the podcast at Sean's parents' house last night,
mm-hmm.
I was going to have you and Joe sit on the futon and then me sit on the recliner, and I was going to make you guys play the newlywed game.
What is the newlywed game?
It's like the thing where you're like answering for the other person. So you're like, oh, what's their favorite color? And like you try to see like who knows each other better.
Okay.
I was going to do that with the BBC drink. I was going to go to Rayleigh's and get the BBC.
What, every time you answer wrong?
No,
you take
we just
one?
all drink it as we're playing. We put it in distinct cups so that YouTube doesn't catch us for drinking on camera.
Gotcha.
And just see how long it lasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna do that last night, but obviously, yeah. Episode 62.
Mission Impossible time.
Mission Impossible, better late than never. We're doing it at the beginning of the month this time.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's my bad.
Nah, it's fine. There's gonna be another holiday at the end of the month anyway.
What holidays at the end of the month?
Memorial Day.
Oh shit. Not gonna memorial.
Yeah, we might. Who knows? Yeah, so we watched Mission Impossible Fallout. We're back to the iPad because I don't have Letterboxd on my work phone. I don't have permission to install apps on that. That's not a joke. The App Store's not on that phone.
Yeah, I know.
When I downloaded it, I was like, because okay, so
you tried downloading Letterboxd on the work phone?
No, I just I went to the app library and I noticed that I was like, there's a lot of apps missing.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh, like I can't download, like I can't even delete because you know how you can delete native apps now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
The place I work for, they banned TikTok on work phones. And so I was like, why is it banned on work phones if we don't have the ability to install it?
Well, that's probably how they banned it, is they just took away the ability to install it.
No, I'm saying like I can't install any app that I want. Like I have to like go to the IT team and be like, hey, I need an app, and then they would download it to my phone. But like, why ban it if I can't install it anyway from the get-go?
You don't understand. I really need Scrabble on my work phone. This is important for my job.
I need Words with Friends.
I need to play Words with Friends. You don't get it.
I need to play Among Us. Okay, Mission Impossible Fallout, the 6th. Yeah, the 6th movie in the Mission Impossible franchise. We have 2 more after this, but it's a part 1, part 2. This is technically a part 2.
Yeah.
This is technically a part 2. We talked about this last time. This is a direct follow-up to not Rogue Nation.
I thought it was.
Yes, Rogue Nation. Sorry, yeah. I get Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation because the posters are so similar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's literally like the exact same poster, just different. Like, one's Dubai and one is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the 6th one. This is what a lot of people, I think, consider to be the best Mission Impossible movie. I see this at a lot of people. Like, when you look at people's rankings, they rank this as like the best one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get too heavy into it yet because we're going to go over it. But just looking at my letterbox right now, everyone that I've seen, or all my friends on here that have watched it, you could see that they're all just 5 stars. So I think it is going to be the highest when we look at everything. But yeah, this movie came out in 2018. This movie does not feel like it came out in 2018.
I feel like you said that about the last one as well.
These movies all seem so much older.
I just think movies haven't really evolved recently.
I think the problem is that because of COVID, what is it? Not Final Reckoning. Dead Reckoning. Dead Reckoning came out in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a 5-year gap because of COVID. And so I think that's why is like the last 2 just came out pretty much back to back in 2023 and 2025. And so it's kind of like those 2 are like the series just wrapped up last year. And so for me, it's like, this is the 6th one. Like, it doesn't make sense that this was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And so like, it's just weird. This is the 2nd one that director Christopher McQuarrie directed. He's the guy who took over after Brad Bird.
I thought this one was done by J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams was 3. He's the only one that's done 3, but I think he's produced all of them.
Oh,
I think he stayed on as producer.
Produced by J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. McQuarrie has only directed movies with Tom Cruise in it, minus one that he directed in 2000. But all of his like major releases have been Tom Cruise movies, or Mission Impossibles at the back end, and then Jack Reacher.
Okay.
So, yeah, and it looks like he's making a Battlefield movie too.
Like the game, or that's just the name of it?
No, the game.
What? Huh?
It's listed on here. It doesn't have any
description of it.
It has
or anything?
no description, but Michael B. Jordan's a producer.
Interesting. I want to see if I can find anything else about that.
Yeah, that's interesting. It'd be a good movie, probably. As long as they don't adapt Battlefield 5.
I just don't know why they're like putting the Battlefield name on it.
I mean, Battlefield is just a war game. There's nothing distinct about the Battlefield games.
Yeah.
Unless, what's the one that's between, I think it was after 3, but before 4?
Bad Company?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're thinking of? Yeah, you could do like a Bad Company movie because that has like
a story,
a cast of characters and a story, but there's not really anything so special about any of the other Battlefields.
That's the whole thing, is they're adapting a Call of Duty movie. They're making a Call of Duty movie, right? And it's like, okay, that's going to be terrible, whatever. But it's like, Call of Duty itself is sure an iconic game, but there's no like set story for Call of Duty. It's just whatever. It's just war. It's just the war.
Yeah.
So like, I think if you're going to make a Call of Duty game, you got to do Black Ops 1. But even then, it's like, that in itself was already pretty cinematic. Like, you're not going to reinvent the wheel. It's not going to be anything other than like a...
It is also going to be hard to tell like the Black Ops story from, or like in the medium of a movie, because a lot of all of the game you're playing through fucking... I forget his name. Mason,
yeah.
Yeah, you're playing through his eyes, and so you're seeing like Reznov and the rat tunnels and like the numbers come across the screen and everything, and I just don't know how you would translate that to a movie.
Yeah.
Unless they shoot it like fucking
Hardcore Henry.
Yeah.
That movie made me... I snuck Wingstop into the movie when I went to watch that. And me and my friend Kyle that went to see, we were throwing up by the end. It was so bad. Do you play Resident Evil?
No, but I
Do
did
you know
hear
the
that they're
story?
also coming out with a movie for that.
Yeah. So the guy who did Barbarian and Weapons is doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and someone asked him like, "What are you doing with this?"
Yeah,
Because like
because
there's
there
been
have
several,
been
and they've all been
others.
bad.
Yeah.
And he kind of was like, "Well, I'm using the characters, but I'm doing my own movie." And I think that's just the best way to, like, he basically was like, I'm just saying fuck it, like I'm using the title and like some characters and we're doing our own thing, like we're not trying to, you know.
I heard it was supposed to come, I think, between 2 and 3, like in the same set location, but no Leon or Ada Wong, I think, is in that one.
Yeah, I don't know who there's like one guy in it, and is Leon Kennedy's a Resident Evil guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't look like him.
Okay.
But people have seen the movie because I guess it was screened at a couple festivals,
Mm-hmm.
and they're pretty much describing it as Mad Max Fury Road, but Resident Evil.
Okay.
So it's just like a 90-minute, like just from beginning to end, just nonstop action. Like it's just a straight up action scene for 90 minutes.
Okay.
And so like it sounds like he's kind of just being like, yeah, I'm using the IP, but I'm not focused on diving into the lore about it. Like the what is the fucking movie that came out last year? I told you about it. It was a video game movie, and they get trapped in like a house, and they have to like escape.
Oh, Until Dawn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that movie focused so much on the lore, and I was just like, creepy shit happens. Like that's like, just make a haunted movie.
Yeah.
Like it's like Haunted Mansion but gory. Like
I think Resident Evil might actually be one of the few games where if you try to adapt it into a movie, it would work well, just because it's like, I don't know, it's so story driven to begin with, and a lot of the story is not told through the gameplay, but through the like cutscenes and like interactions with shit. Like you don't have to have, because a lot of Resident Evil is puzzles, like solving puzzles to open different doors and shit like that. You don't have to do all of that. You can do like maybe one puzzle, but yeah, the overall gameplay loop of Resident Evil is just like running around looking for shit, solving puzzles.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just cut all of that out and turn the rest of it into a movie, and I think it would be great.
Yeah. They're also reversing it with Bond, because Bond has a new game coming out, I think this month.
Oh, it's coming out this month?
I think it's this month.
Okay.
It could be, it's either this month or the end of the year.
Yeah, but it's like his first couple missions or whatever the game is. Yeah.
Lana Del Rey actually did the song for it. It's a really good song, but it looks like it's going to be pretty much like Uncharted.
Yeah.
Like with a Bond skin on it.
That's really what I got the feeling of when I first saw the trailers for it when it got announced.
Apparently they're doing it like, it's like the thing where like you have to make choices, and the choices that you make will affect how the story progresses.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just like kill this person. It's like if you get detected, like then the game's going to get harder. And like you have to do different things if that happens. Like you can literally side skirt certain missions by doing the game correctly or like on plan.
Mm-hmm.
You can also like lie to people or whatever. Like you have to like, it's like a strategy game in addition to being like an action game. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so this movie came out in 2018. We're back with the normal team. Ethan, Luther, Benji. I'm looking at Simon Pegg's name. And what's his name? Hunley.
Yeah, the secretary.
Yeah, and Ilsa's back. So I think this is the first time that there is no new people and it's a repeat team.
Yeah.
So because Ilsa was new in whatchamacallit, but the last movie was the first time the team was a repeat team.
Yeah.
But this is the first time that no one new has been introduced besides like the side characters and the villains. Sean Harris is back as Solomon Lane. I think they did a really good job of making him look fucking insane.
He did look a lot more unkempt in this one. And even towards the end, once he gets freed from his straitjacket and he like slicks back his hair, I think it makes him look more disturbing, and I think it's just because of the beard.
Yeah, his cheekbones were like super, like they cut it just perfectly.
Yeah.
This movie also introduces Angela Bassett as Erica Sloane, who she does not go away. She's in it for the rest of them, for the other two. In fact, she's the president in 8.
The fuck?
Yeah, it's nothing like it happens off screen, so it's not even really a spoiler.
Okay.
But because of that, I have 8 in a list on Letterboxd called movies that thought Kamala was going to win. For that exact reason. And then it obviously introduces Vanessa Kirby as the White Widow, who comes back in 7 and then is just not in 8 for literally no reason. She doesn't die in 7. She's not really a huge, I mean, she's I'll say a C tier character.
Okay.
And she's not quite a side character, but she's not quite like she does more than she does in this movie, but less than like Ilsa in 7. But she's just not in 8, and it makes no sense. Like it's like, okay, they just didn't have anything for her to do, so they just didn't bring her back. And then this movie also brings back what's her face, Julia, for the first time since the end of 4, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, she's been gone. And there's a surprise cameo from Wolf Blitzer of all people.
Is that the news guy?
Yeah. Wolf Blitzer, if you're at all like into politics, he's hilarious because the funniest thing that's he's always like he's kind of like politics punching bag, but like inadvertently, like everyone likes him, but the bad stuff always happens to him. Like at the correspondence dinner, he got tackled. And people were like, man, leave Wolf Blitzer alone. And then on the day that Biden dropped out, he posted a picture. He was at some hotel in DC, and they were like, oh, he's like, I'm drinking a bunch of these drinks because they named them after me. It's called a Wolf Splitzer or Spitzer or something like that. And so he's like drunk, and he's like, he posted a picture on Twitter, and he was like, I'm having a bunch of these, you know, whatever. And then like literally 10 minutes later, Biden dropped out of the race, and CNN put him on air. Like he was drunk on air. Like he had to run back. It was so hilarious. So I really enjoy the gag of the hospital thing. They recreate that in the new Naked Gun movie with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I've seen that clip.
Hilarious. But yeah, there's nothing really new here about the cast or anything. Nothing crazy going on.
Yeah.
Vanessa Kirby, she's the new Invisible Woman in Fantastic Four.
Vanessa Kirby is the widow?
Yes, she's also in the Fast and Furious franchise.
Okay.
Apparently. Everyone is like, I love Vanessa Kirby. Like she's an amazing actress, and I'm like, okay. She is in the Fast and Furious franchise, but she's in the only movie I've seen.
Tokyo Drift?
No, Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's
Hobbs the only one you've seen?
You want to know why I watched it?
Because of Jason Statham?
Yeah.
He's in other movies
too.
But
this was like just Jason Statham. Like this was just Jason Statham and The Rock. Like it was not like I didn't have to see Vin Diesel's face. I didn't have to see Paul Walker's face. I didn't have to see any of the other faces. Although I don't know, Tyrese Gibson's in the Fast and Furious movies, right?
Who is that?
The guy from the Transformers movie, the black guy.
Yes.
Okay. I might watch them then for him because he's hilarious. But yeah, everyone's always like Vanessa Kirby's this like crazy great actress. She's so prolific, and then you look at her like filmography, and it's like she's not a bad actress. It's just her filmography is not like
she has some bad movies.
Well, okay, she has About Time, never heard of it. Me Before You, never heard of it. She did the Napoleon movie with Joaquin Phoenix that no one liked. I haven't watched it yet, but I think it's going to be good. Sorry, it looks good. She did Hobbs and Shaw, and then Everest and Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any of those.
Everest is a good movie, but it's like one of those movies where it's like, is this an ethical movie to make? Because it's like, it's about this party who gets stuck on Everest, but it's not fictional, it's biographical. But it kind of like victimizes them, but these people were idiots. Like they were just like rich assholes who wanted to go climb Everest.
Gotcha.
And so yeah. So she's really the only new person. The movie follows Ethan getting back plutonium that he willingly lost.
I wouldn't say he willingly lost it. fucking Benji threw it to him, which insane to just chuck around a bunch of plutonium cores like that.
They were in the little
But
spheres.
yeah, but I mean, have you ever know the demon core, yeah?
No.
It was same thing, a plutonium core that was in the little sphere. Some guy was like, when they were first learning about radiation and plutonium and all that, they had it shielded in like the lead casing. And then some guy had like opened it up with the screwdriver to like look at it or take a sample of it or whatever, and the screwdriver slipped. The thing snapped shut and it let out like a flash of bright blue light. And then within a couple days, that guy was dead from radiation poisoning.
Interesting. I do find it funny.
Or graphite. It's not lead, it's graphite, I'm pretty sure.
I do find it funny that he did throw the case in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, when he's in the medical tent, he's about to shoot the lock off the box and he's like, oh, nuclear bomb. Like,
well, I mean, plutonium by itself, it's still dangerous, but it's not a nuclear bomb. Once you get it in like a device that can blow it up, like, yeah, that's when you should probably be more careful with it.
That's true.
But no, he didn't willingly lose the case. He like, the case was over by the car. There was nobody behind him. And then he turned the corner for like 2 seconds and somebody sprinted up at the speed of light, grabbed the case and then sprinted off.
Interesting.
Like, he didn't hand over the case. It was on the ground next to him. He turned the corner to save Luther and then he turned back and the case was just gone.
Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, the movie follows Ethan trying to get back to plutonium and then having to do a stupid wild goose chase where he trades off someone for someone and then he has to do something illegal.
Yeah. Dude, the whole scene in the sewers when they're like, I'm assuming it's a sewer.
After they capture Lane and bring him back with like ball. That was so convoluted.
It was like,
this movie's like,
oh, this guy, we have the bad guy, we're gonna go hand him off, let's put Benji in a mask that looks like him, okay. And then Henry Cavill goes over and is like, I'm the traitor, I'm here to get you out. And then Lane takes off his mask and he's like, we did a switcheroo, I'm actually Benji. And then the fucking secretary comes up and he's like, yeah, we got you, bitch. The CIA director's on the phone, and then the CIA director's like, you're all surrounded. And then Henry Cavill's like, no, you're all surrounded.
That's the whole thing. I think this movie is so well received because of its convolutedness, and it manages to not get too many things bungled up. Yeah. I think like the first movie was so convoluted in itself, but it was a little hard to follow. But by this time in Fallout, they managed to have like the CIA doing their own thing, Henry Cavill working for the CIA but doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Lane trying to break out, manipulating everyone but also doing his own thing. Ethan doing his own thing. Everyone following Ethan. Ilsa trying to help Ethan but doing her own thing. Yeah. Hunley doing his own thing. And so it's like all these like revolving stories, and they managed to juggle it very, very well. And really only like not talk about certain things, like how he's gonna do stuff. I'll work it out. He has my strategy of playing traders. Like, I'm figuring it out.
Yeah. I will say something I have noticed throughout watching all of these movies: the technology that they use to get the missions
just gets absolutely more absurd.
It's getting older and older. Like in the first movie, it was like a DVD player on a plane. Okay, planes like flying in the sky type shit. That's kind of the pinnacle of human technology. The movie after that, it was a pair of sunglasses. I forget what it was in the third movie. And then in the fourth movie, it was like a phone booth. Mm-hmm. So we're getting older. And then in the fifth movie, it's a vinyl player. And then in this one, it's a book. Like, I'm expecting in the next movie, Ethan Hunt is handed like a stone tablet from the medieval times. And he like has to fucking read ancient Sanskrit to figure out what his mission is.
Wait till you see the one in the final movie.
Oh my god.
It's so, I mean, it's nothing special, but it's just like, okay. like
he gets it by carrier pigeon.
Almost. Almost.
This bird will self-destruct in 3 seconds.
it's just so like analog the way he gets it, and like it's so like they were not trying to do something fancy with it. Like they were like back to basics. I think this movie probably has the most stunts out of all the movies.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out which one he did. Like, I'm fairly confident he did the motorcycle thing. I don't think he did the climbing the rope on the helicopter.
He did do that.
Then he didn't do like the falling part, because there's no way.
The falling part.
When he's like climbing up the rope and then he tries to like get onto the little legs of the helicopter and he falls and then he bounces off the payload.
So did you notice how when he hits it, it's a completely different frame?
Yeah.
So yes, he did do that. He's not falling out of a helicopter when he hit, like in the physical frames where he hits the payload. That's obviously like in a studio.
Yeah.
But yes, he was on a helicopter with a rope attached to a harness, so if he fell, he was fine. But yes, he did do that.
Gotcha. Okay.
He did the stunt where, because this is the movie where he broke his ankle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that scene where he's like chasing Walker throughout London, and he like jumps and he like kind of misses the ledge and he like pulls himself up.
Yeah.
That's where he broke his ankle.
Oh.
And the scene where he puts his leg up and kind of hobbles off, that's actually him running on a broken ankle because he didn't want to cut the scene.
Gotcha.
He just kept going. He didn't say anything that he broke his ankle. And there's a video of it. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but you can see like he lands on the building and his ankle just pulls a Krista and he just compresses it. There's one other stunt that he did in this movie that you have not mentioned that I'm going to read a fun fact about in a second.
The motorcycles, the helicopters, the jumping between all the buildings. Was it the halo jump?
It is the halo jump.
Okay.
That was Henry Cavill didn't do it. That's why he jumps off first in the movie, because he doesn't do his own stunts.
Yeah.
There's a video. There's a behind the scenes video. I'll send it to you after this. It's actually like one of the coolest things ever. They only did it once, so that was done in one take.
Yeah.
There's a behind the scenes video, and you can see the cameraman jump off the plane backwards and Tom Cruise follow him, and then another cameraman follows Tom Cruise down to film them filming the movie, because it's just such a like cool thing to do. Like it's like you just watch it and it's like, that's crazy filmmaking. The only thing that movie was, or not that movie, the only thing about that scene that was like altered was the storm. The storm was not there. It was a clear day when they jumped, obviously.
Yeah.
And then they just CGI'd in lightning.
Yeah.
But like him going up to Walker in the air and like doing that's Tom Cruise and a stunt double mid-air, and Tom Cruise has to pull, like that whole thing was choreographed. So this is the fun fact. The Halo skydiving sequence, which was done from 25,000 feet, they were traveling at about 265 to 320 kilometers per hour, was the last sequence filmed during production. The crew only had a limited window of 3 minutes a day during sunset to film a jump. So they had to rehearse it multiple times. And they had to, they filmed like the down facing shots in France. And then they like, they took the video of him skydiving and like CGI'd him in. Okay. So like he's not rendered. He's like photoshopped in essentially, but he's still like, everything of him skydiving is real. And it took a year to plan out because of strict regulations in France. It could only be shot in the Emirates, and it took Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill, and the skydiving camera operator Craig O'Brien, who was instructed to keep a distance of 3 feet from Cruise while filming, and others involved, a total of 106 jumps to get 3 possible takes.
Damn.
But the final cut is 1 take because it's a tracking scene.
Yeah.
So they didn't splice anything. And it says, however, to rehearse the sequence, the crew built a custom oxygen helmet with RAF assistants, Royal Air Force assistants, that can be lit up to see a face, and then also built one of the world's largest wind tunnels for practice. The practice doesn't end there. Crews and the other persons involved did five skydives a day, with 1 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and 1 at dusk. Some of the other cast members turned up to visit, with Simon Pegg saying that he and his co-stars thought multiple times that Cruise was seriously about to die. Quote, it was a daily stress going to work with him because you don't know if you're going to see him tomorrow. Could you imagine Tom Cruise approaches you, you're Henry Cavill. He's like, I want you to be in the biggest action franchise there is right now. Henry Cavill's like, absolutely. What am I playing? He's like, you're a villain. He's like, yes, you got to skydive 106 times. Like,
dude, so
I would be so scared.
Who was it in the movie? Someone was like, oh, what is he gonna do, or like, how's he gonna get in the helicopter? And they were like, it's best if you don't look.
It was Benji and Julia.
Yeah, that's like the same shit that he felt going to work. That's so funny.
Yeah. Here's the thing about the injury. So in August 2017, Tom Cruise suffered an injury while filming the stunt jumping from one building to another. He was able to grab onto the other building thanks to a harness strapped onto him, and to his history of performing his own stunts in the action films. However, his ankle fractured upon impact of the jump. Cruise then got up and attempted to run it off as it was in the middle of the chase scene before the crew decided to stop filming. Shooting was delayed for 8 weeks following the injury. The footage of the stunt is used in the film and its trailers, just so happens to be the actual injury. To this day, Cruise still refers to the stunt as the easiest of all he's had to do for the film.
8 weeks and his ankle is fine.
I mean, yeah, that's crazy. Like, it's Tom Cruise though. Like, yeah, do you think he Scientology'd it back to health?
Probably.
Do you think he was like the power of Ron L. Hubbard?
The power of science compels me. One other thing about the skydiving scene that I really liked, the thunderstorm, it like just knocking out the audio for a couple seconds. I thought that was really cool. And then something else that happened shortly after that, where I'm like, okay, they're paying attention to like audio levels and stuff, is when they're on that dance floor, once they get into that building that they skydive on top to. Music's hella loud, like you would expect it to be, and you can still hear them trying to talk to each other through the earpiece, but you just can hardly hear what they're saying. Yeah,
it's mixed really well.
Yeah.
I think one of the other really cool sequences from this movie that was a stunt technically, the thing I like about this movie is that it's pretty much a 2.5 hour fight scene interrupted by like a few short talking scenes.
Yeah.
It's not real, there's no real slow, but it didn't feel like 2.5 hours to me. There was a point where I accidentally paused the movie and I was like, oh shit, we're already 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even realize, I feel like we've been sitting here for 10 minutes.
Yeah. As lackluster as the previous movie was for me, it does feel like they just took all of the good shit out of that movie and stacked it onto the good shit that was already going to be in this one.
Yeah. I really liked the bathroom sequence, the bathroom fight scene.
Oh yeah, I love Henry Cavill instant face hair.
Well, apparently, so Tom Cruise has said that that fist reload was not part of like this, like he just did that.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you come up with that? Like,
he's a genius.
I guess. I don't know. This movie inadvertently ruined the DCEU. Like, Tom Cruise put a rest to Gal Gadot's career. He put Ben Affleck back in good movies. Like,
the fist reload will always be my favorite scene.
It's so funny to me how like violent that scene is.
Yeah,
like they were like trying to be subtle, and then Henry Cavill is like, let me throw this guy through a mirror. Like, let me throw him through the mirror, hit him with a sink, hit him with a briefcase that is allegedly loaded with a concrete slab, apparently, because like,
dude, yeah, he slapped the bitch out of him with that briefcase.
That's the whole thing, isn't it? Wasn't even like a I don't know, like, I don't think a briefcase would knock you out. It did not move. There had to be something in that. He was carrying bricks.
It was probably you've seen the Kingsman movies, right?
Yeah.
It was just one of the suitcases,
gun
with
suitcases.
the gun. It's just completely encased in metal.
Yeah. Just absolute crazy. But the sequence is really good just because it's so well choreographed. Like, the fight was so clean. I mean, not clean, but, you know, like, it was so well done.
Yeah.
And I think Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise really, like, weirdly enough, because Henry Cavill gets a lot of flack for his acting. Like, people don't think he's a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have that opinion on him. I think he's I don't want to say monotone, but, like, he's very much like he does one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all his characters are very similar. Like, even his Superman was very similar to Walker, like the way he delivers lines. But I don't think it's bad. I think some characters it just doesn't suit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think his energy for this movie really matched Tom Cruise's energy, and that's hard to do. It's really hard to, like, match Tom Cruise.
I also love at the end of the bathroom fight, Elsa comes in, she like shoots the guy in the head that they're trying to fucking scan his face, blows the back of his skull open, and there's just blood all over the bathroom floor. Some other people come in and she's pretending like she's treating a nosebleed.
Oh, the bathroom is just in disarray.
The entire bathroom is torn apart. Yeah. There's blood smeared all over the floor from when they drag this guy's body and put him in a stall. So, and she's like, oh, it's just a nosebleed.
That's the whole thing. Is there's some moments in this movie that are very slapstick comedy. Like, they give Walker a fucking Looney Tunes death.
Yeah.
Like, with the cable.
Yeah.
For some reason, I remember...
Dude, that shit went through his forehead.
I think they altered the movie. Because when I first watched this movie, I could have sworn I saw the hook go into his forehead and, like, blood come out. Like, it looked very gory. And I remember it being gory. This did not show it. Like, it showed it hitting him, but it didn't, like, show the blood splatter out in the close-up, you know?
Yeah.
But there's certain moments in this movie that are really funny, like that or the bathroom scene. But then there's other moments that they're trying to be funny and it's so clunky.
Yeah.
Like Benji with the iPad where he's like, oh, had the screen lock on.
Yeah.
Oh, had it into, like, it's like...
Benji seems to be getting more and more incompetent as time goes on.
He becomes team leader in 8.
Insane.
Yeah. And he's actually kind of more effective than Ethan because you know how Ethan's just like... Okay, so you know how we don't want them to set off the nukes? We're going to let them do that and to save the world. Benji's like, okay, so the one thing we're not going to do is let them set off the nukes. Like, he's very, like, down to business. But yeah, there's some moments in this movie that are really, like, clunky as far as the comedy goes. But when they do the comedy right, like, it's good. It's very hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked how right before, because you never know what's real in this movie. Because the movie opens up with Ethan getting married again to Julia.
But it was a dream.
But then there's that scene when they're, like, going over the plan of how to break Lane out, and you think it's actually happening. And then, like, you can see it because Ethan gets out of the truck in that sequence, and he doesn't shoot anyone. Like, he refuses to shoot people.
Yeah.
And, like, you're like, okay, so it's actually happening. And then it cuts and it's like, oh no, that was just, like, him imagining it.
Yeah.
And I think that's really well done. I also appreciate how Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie watched The Dark Knight and said, yes, that's what we're going to do for this breakout sequence. Because it was pretty much a shot-for-shot remake of the whole, like, we captured the Joker and now we're transporting him sequence.
Yeah. Like the whole, like, diversion, go down into the underpass.
Down to the whole, we're going to knock a thing off of the railing into the river.
Yeah.
Like, almost shot for shot.
It was pretty similar there.
Which is funny because oftentimes you watch a Nolan movie and you're like, yeah, there's a Mission Impossible gag. Like,
I was very much waiting for some sort of something to happen when he was talking to the widow and talking about breaking out Lane. Like, she gets him back to her little compound, and then all of a sudden she's like, I met this guy before, you're not him. And
yeah,
something happened, but then it didn't, and then Henry Cavill was like, "Oh, he's Lark," and I was expecting Henry Cavill to betray him in the truck, and then it just turns into a big old chase scene.
Yeah. Do you have anything in this movie that you like? I guess a breaking point, like what? Because there's not a lot in this movie that I really didn't like. There's a couple of jokes that didn't land, the 2D 3D joke, the tablet lock, but like that's not huge. It's just okay. It's, you know, that was not for me.
Yeah, I didn't like the iPad thing. I was just like, come on, you're supposed to be the fucking tech guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, the biggest annoyance for me was Benji's incompetence. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like
was a little nerfed.
in Ghost Protocol, that's like the first time he's in the field. He does the whole like screen thing with Ethan. He goes out and has no problem like fighting people on several occasions, and then
And this one he just gets hung.
yeah,
Like just straight up.
he
like,
gets hung. At the start of the movie, when he throws the cases, he's like scared to shoot his gun or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what his deal was there, but I don't know. It just seems like Benji's falling off.
I think the thing for me that really was like I think maybe because this is a rewatch for me, this is like I can pick more apart, I can look at other stuff, was the score, the music. Like it is Mission Impossible music, but this movie was so serious. Like it was a very like clean cut movie, and then there were certain scenes with like the really campy Mission Impossible like theme, and it was kind of sort of off-putting to me. Like I was like, the music does not match like what's going on screen. Like it needs to be a little more like intense. So for me it was the score, but I don't really have a whole lot negative. I will say after watching this movie, I want them to do a shot for shot remake of Oppenheimer with Ving Rhames as Oppenheimer. Because for some reason he's in the Oppenheimer hat this entire movie.
Yeah. I mean, that's his trademark. He's always worn that hat.
Yeah. Do you have any other like selling points for it or breaking points, things that you didn't like?
Their insistence on like the effectiveness and range of microwave radiation was kind of goofy.
Oh, like when they get to Kashmir?
Well, the chips that they had implanted, they're like, oh, it's a microwave GPS chip. You can track it from anywhere on the world.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no.
I think they're just throwing words out. Like, you could have just been like, you could track it with a satellite.
Yeah.
Like this, it just sends a signal up to the satellites. Like,
yeah, and then the bombs were connected to each other via microwave radiation. Like,
yeah.
Microwave radiation isn't that strong or reliable, which is why we use it to heat up food, because it's like
Weak.
Not that powerful of a radiation source. Yeah. And with radio waves, fucking internet waves, other type of data waves also being in the same place, it would very much like kind of interfere or like scramble that a little bit.
Yeah. You know, one other thing that I really liked about this movie was they focused on Ilsa as a character, right? Like they gave her own thing. She had her own motivations. Like everything that she did went back to her mission of kill Lane and you're back in our good graces, MI6.
Yeah.
Like this, and I think the best illustration of that is the scene where Lane hangs Benji and she's like choking him out and she's like trying to figure out, do I have enough time to choke out Lane and save Benji? And you think she's going to just let Lane go to save Benji, and she manages to choke Lane out.
Yeah, she prioritizes Lane over Benji right there.
So I like that, but unlike the last movie, because the last movie they kept cutting back to her going back to the guy from MI6 and talking to him and like, you know, showing the behind the scenes stuff there. You didn't see any of that this movie. Like it was just implied. Like, this is my mission and this is what I need to do. She probably is talking to people, but like, you don't get any of the bureaucrat.
It's definitely good, yeah, because if they did that again, it would have very much gotten old and repetitive.
Right. And so I think that's the thing is from the last movie, because I said this in the last review with Rogue Nation. It seems like Rogue Nation is the movie where they find their stride. Like that's where they nail everything down. That's what they want to do. And then with Fallout, they trim the fat off of Rogue Nation and like kind of they say, okay, this is what worked. We're just going to keep doing more of that because it worked. So, let's take a look at box office and stuff. So this movie cost, let's see, $178 million make, which is not crazy.
Yeah, for like what, a 2.5 hour movie?
2.5 hour movie that's just all literal action scenes.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of moving parts. Oh God, there's a movie that just came out with Anthony Mackie, who's the guy who plays Falcon in the MCU. And it was a Saudi produced movie. And it cost $200 million to make. Never even heard of it. Didn't see a single trailer for it.
What is it about? Do you know?
Get up on Letterboxd.
Anthony Mackie. Desert Warrior?
Is it from this year?
I mean, this was written 2 days ago, and the film was not good.
Yeah, that's it. Desert Warrior. Yeah, Desert Warrior. So this movie cost $200 million to make. It's also the guy who directed the Rise of the Planet of the Apes before our king Matt Reeves took over. $200 million to make. Guess how much money it made opening weekend in the US?
$50,000.
$400,000.
Wait, where Desert Warrior or the Mission Impossible?
Desert Warrior.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's one.
So when you look at like movies like that, like it's like, yeah, 178 million is kind of crazy considering like Saudi Arabia just spent 200 million, 20 million more.
Yeah.
On something that's probably not nearly as action packed as this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 178 million. That means it needs to make. We'll just round up 400 million. Break even. It grossed $791 million worldwide. So it definitely made twice what it needed to break even. At a 100% return profit.
Let's go.
So that's good. It had a $61.5 million domestic opening and $220 million domestic total. So a pretty decent chunk of that. So its actual production budget minus the advertising was brought back just by domestic stuff.
Yeah.
But it made 570 million, about 571 million internationally. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes scores. You want to guess?
This is the percentage one, right?
Percentage. We got critics and audience.
Which one are we doing first?
We'll do critics.
I think critics.
What do you want to hear the consensus so you can get a little bit of a hint? Because they write a little blurb.
Wait, how have we done it before?
Well,
I thought I guessed.
I give you the consensus.
Oh,
and
okay.
Then you get it.
Okay.
Fast, sleek, and fun, Mission Impossible Fallout lives up to the impossible part of its name by setting yet another high mark for insane set pieces in a franchise full of them.
I'm gonna say they said 87.
Okay. What do you think audiences are at?
Audiences. You said this is the majority of people's favorite. I'm gonna say like 92 for audience.
So if you flip those, you'd be closer.
Okay.
So critics were 98%.
Damn.
So, and you know how the Rotten Tomatoes scores are aggregated, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 98% of critics assessed it with a positive score.
Yeah.
89% of audience members assessed it with a positive score.
I thought you said the critics are usually lower. In every movie, the critics have been higher.
Because Tom Cruise is a Hollywood darling. He's the best.
Yes.
He's the best.
You have Memorial.
There's only 2 movies I've seen of his that I haven't liked.
Which ones?
Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick.
What? How do you not like Top Gun? I haven't seen Maverick, but how do you not like the first one?
Well, Top Gun Maverick was just a repeat, like literally a repeat.
Yeah,
of
I know.
Top Gun.
But how do you not like the first one?
There's no plot.
I mean, I don't know.
There is no plot.
It's a lot of people's homosexual awakening.
Go to flight school, not mine.
Not yours, but I don't know. Maybe you could have had a renaissance.
Go to flight school. I'm gayer.
Yeah.
I'm more gay now. That Alani, I drank 6 of them. No, it's just go to flight school. The movie.
Yeah.
At least in Maverick, there was a faceless enemy in the snow that was clearly the Russians. Like, there was at least a mission in.
Hey, Tom Cruise's mission was to bang a bad bitch and graduate school.
I will say that the end sequence, that the fight scene at the very end of the movie, was cool. But other than that, like that's all the movie was cool. There was no actual story though.
Yeah.
Like I was not thrilled with the story. On Letterboxd, this is really rare for a movie to have. The movie is at a 4.0 average on the Letterboxd scale. Which is Letterboxd is crazy. Out of the people I follow, it's at a 4.6. So
okay.
Yeah. Let's read my review that I originally had for it, and then I'll read a high review, a low review, and a mid review.
Okay.
My review was, watch this while sipping a #Wolf Spritzer, then spat my #Wolf Spritzer out at the aspect ratio change, which was the other big thing for me. Did you notice the aspect ratio change?
No. When did it happen?
In Kashmir, it's right when they get in the Jeep and they're driving down the hill towards the helicopters. He jumps out, and as his feet hit the ground, the aspect ratio increases to a full screen. And then every time that Tom Cruise is on screen, it's a full screen ratio. And then every time everyone else is on, it's the thinner ratio.
The widescreen one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's the first of 2 aspect ratio changes in the franchise. There's one in the last movie, and it's really cool because Tom Cruise on screen does it.
He changes the aspect ratio?
Yeah.
Like he goes and stretches it?
There is a movie like that. It's called Mommy.
Okay.
And there's a kid and he's skateboarding, and he physically changes the aspect ratio from a square to a full screen. It's really cool. And he does it to Wonderwall by Oasis. It's really, really cool. No, in Final Reckoning, he's on a submarine. I've told you about this scene, and he has to, he's in the chamber and he's getting ready to flood the chamber so he can exit the submarine. So every time he twists the wheel, the aspect ratio gets a little bit wider. So it increases at the rate that he's turning the wheel. And at one point he stops and the aspect ratio stops. So it's a really cool thing.
I feel like there's probably a lot of aspect ratio changes in movies that I've seen, but the one that always fucks me up and the one that I hate the most is in The Dark Knight Rises. The aspect ratio change in that is always so fucking jarring to me whenever it happens.
Because it's not like it doesn't consciously do it. It just keeps just snapping back and forth. Yeah. It doesn't actually they just filmed it with 2 different cameras. That's all it is. There was no conscious decision. So if you have an aspect ratio change, you have to have it happen on screen. Yeah. You can't just keep snapping. Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. So this is from Silent Dawn. This is around the time the movie came out. Mission Impossible isn't simply back with Fallout. This is a 5-star review. It's cracking skulls and taking names, and it's not just going full insanity 75% of the time, but 100% of the time, all the time. Tom Cruise drops a physical performance up there in the ranks with Chaplin and Keaton, except he somehow looks more worried than they ever did. And that's including when Chaplin was put in the billows feeding machine. I don't know what that is. I've never seen the movie.
Me neither, but when he says Keaton, is he talking about Michael Keaton?
I think so.
What the fuck did he do that was physically demanding? I feel like that guy's always just been an old dude in movies.
Birdman. You've never seen Birdman?
No.
Oh, it's a 1-take movie.
Okay. What does he do in it that's physically demanding?
It's a 1-take. It's 2.5 hours of him acting without a take.
Okay.
So he has all his lines memorized, and at one point he floats, like he's like on wires. Like it's a one-shot tracking movie.
But he never does any crazy stunts.
There's a scene where he like physically, because he plays a.
Is he an old man at this time too?
This was in 2014, yeah, so he's a little bit older.
Okay.
But he plays a actor who was a superhero actor. He plays himself essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And his superhero was Birdman, and he kind of looks like Hawkman.
Okay.
And so there's a scene where he gets his suit back on, and he has wings, and he like develops wings, and then like he starts flying, and then he like lands. And like it's all one take. Like he doesn't like there's no cuts.
But he's not like sprinting or holding his breath.
There's probably a couple sequences of him running, but it's not like he's running through Paris, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm assuming that's who they're talking about. Where was I? The twisty full throttle plotting and clockwork mechanisms of the set piece construction may have something to do with that. However, and maybe also that Cruise / Hunt, who am I kidding? They're the same person. Have never been in a situation like this, one that finally acknowledges their lunacy and lengths for moral vitality. Fallout makes the case for Hunt being a deeply troubled individual, but with a big beating heart, a spirit that selflessly sheds emotion for action and logic with a bruising. No nonsense operational function. It only helps that this is on top of the superlative writing and directing. Rogue Nation is nothing in comparison to this. A dry run, a student film, a prototype, yada yada yada. Expert expert ensemble cast and snap of your fingers editing. Front to back magnum opus of action that sizzles and soars and rocks the auditorium with face melting tension, giddy stunt work, and overwhelming sense of exasperation. Life-changing. I will say, if you go to Tom Cruise's like Letterboxd, this is his.
Does he rate his own movies?
No, but it sorts the movies like how popular they are.
Mm-hmm.
This is his. I'm gonna get rid of the Lego Batman movie.
What?
Because he's in it by proxy.
Come on.
So this would be his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th, 8th most popular movie on Letterboxd.
I would expect it to be higher.
I would expect it to be higher too. It's Top Gun Maverick is his first, then Eyes Wide Shut, which I thought was completely mid, then Top Gun, then Magnolia, which should be his first. Then Magnolia should have been his Oscar movie. Perfect movie. Then Final Reckoning, Dead Reckoning, Final Reckoning, the first Mission Impossible, then Fallout.
Interesting.
Tropic Thunder's 12th, which I hear a lot of people like.
Tropic Thunder is really good.
I need to watch it.
Tom Cruise is fat in that one.
He plays a guy named Les Grossman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me see if I can find like a 1-star review. It's going to be really hard to find a 1-star review. Once you get a thing on here that's like 4 stars average, it's really hard to find. I'm going to sort them by lowest first.
Yeah, I would find a different one. He just turned around an essay.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. These are all essays. Like the ones that people that
God
don't like this
damn,
movie
the people
are
that hate
passionate.
this fucking hate it, huh?
They're passionate. Let's see. I'm trying to find one that has like the 3 dots indicating there's more, but like isn't like super, super long. Okay, here's one. This is from Stealth Beamer.
I'm muting your name.
Shout out Stealth Beamer.
Send me $10 on PayPal if you want your name to be in the episode.
I never thought such a loud action movie could be so boring. Okay, this is. I'm sorry. You just have to like categorically like agree that that's not true. Like you did not watch this movie. Every scene is drawn out to be filled with as little tension as possible. Anytime there's danger or stakes for the protagonist is quickly nullified by a cliche or incredibly lucky circumstance. That's like Ethan's thing.
That is
Luck.
his thing.
Like luck.
Yeah. Everything just happens to work.
Yeah. It says a lot about It says a lot that watching my friend blow vape rings in the empty theater was more entertaining than the movie itself.
In the empty theater?
This was written in September 30th, 2018. So this was like a couple months after it released. So this was kind of
This was in the theater for months?
Yeah, movies used to be in theaters for months.
God damn.
Do you not remember The Dark Knight was literally in theaters until like November of 2008?
I mean, I remember the Avatar movie, The Blue People, that was in theater for like a full year.
Yeah.
And that was like the only time that's ever happened.
Now it's a fight to keep movies in theaters for like a month.
Yeah. I was about to say 2 weeks, I don't go to see a movie I want and it's gone.
Yeah. That's why, like, so there's a movie out that Sean and I are going to see tonight called Hokum. It's like a horror movie, but it came out last week and we didn't go see it. And I was like, we got to go this week because if we don't, it's going to be fucking out of theaters. Like, yeah. And then next week, Mortal Kombat 2 comes out. So we got to go see Mortal Kombat 2 next. Like, we have to go. Okay. It says a lot that watching my friend blow vape rings in the empty theater was more entertaining than the movie itself. It's one long cock block. Excuse me, not clock block. God, fucking shit. It's one long cock block where nearly anything interesting that could happen doesn't happen. Even the ending fakes you out, but in the worst possible. Did he want the nukes to go off?
Yeah, what the fuck?
We have to kill the Chinese people.
What does he mean? The ending faked you out?
Because the screen goes white. Because the screen goes white, making you think that it's the double nuclear flash. But like, do you want the nukes to go off? Like, is that like what is the movie after that? Like,
he was like, "Oh man, Mission Impossible Fallout, but there's no nuclear fallout. This movie sucks." As
the side characters are about to cut a wire too early and accidentally set off a nuclear bomb, Tom Cruise is reaching for a button that will allow the wire to be cut safely, but the wire gets cut and the screen goes white while a high-pitched whistle is heard to simulate an explosion. I was genuinely caught off guard by this and thought, quote, wow, they actually failed their mission. Nope, it was just a big ploy to get you interested before it's revealed everything went perfectly and no character was really harmed. This ending is in one of the worst I've ever seen, and the movie is just one of the worst of 2018. It's like someone's sticking a middle finger in your face for an extended period of time, and you just have to deal with it. The only redeeming factor is that when the action kicked in, it was slightly okay. I didn't even pay for the movie. I regret seeing it.
Okay, I think this is one of those fucking film snobs that is like, movies should be art, and they don't like things like comedy movies or like really over the top action movies such as the Mission Impossible series. You have to go into it being like, this is Mission Impossible. Like, it's gonna get convoluted. There's gonna be fake outs and twists and shit. Like, not everything is gonna make sense, but they are gonna accomplish the mission. You can't go into it expecting to see like, oh, this is gonna be life changing.
Yeah, this guy has only logged 2 movies.
Ooh, what was the other one?
Life. The first was Mission Impossible Fallout. The second was a rewatch of Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh, what did he say this time?
Nothing. He just re-rated it half a star.
What?
Yeah.
What did he have it at before? 1 star?
Half a star.
Oh, and then he just confirmed his rating?
Yes.
He's like, no, yeah, I was right.
He doubled down.
That's so funny.
His favorite movies on here are listed as Inglourious Bastards, Hacksaw Ridge, Kingsman, and Raw.
Good movie. I don't know about
but
Raw.
Are those the 4 best movies of all time?
No.
Not
I don't know.
close.
Inglourious Bastards is pretty good. I would say it's up there. I don't know about Kingsman.
I don't think that Kingsman
is a good movie, but it's not one of the best of all time.
I think it's one of the most fun.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can find a 3.5 star that's kind of like a little bit in depth. That's not like, I don't think I'm going to be able to be quite honest. Let's see. So this is the whole thing, is there's a lot of 5-star reviews, right? But all the 5-star reviews are very similar to those 1.5-star reviews where they're like essays of people being like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. But like, it's like, you know, so I don't know if I'm able to find like a bunch of 3.5-star ratings here. This person said, where does the team stay for their missions? Do they share an Airbnb?
What did he rate it?
3.5 stars. Yeah, there's like no 3.5 stars. It's literally all like 4, 4.5, and 5 stars. That's crazy. Someone said this is 3.5 rating. Glad we've cleared the air that he's no longer cheating on his fakely dead wife. I don't think he was cheating. I think they like mutually agreed to break up, and that was very clear. Oh, here's a 3.5 one. Okay, this is.
I mean, I was under the impression that they were like, yes, officially, legally, we are divorced, but in my heart, I'm still married to you.
They had to like physically say that. Like no one was questioning it. No one cared.
I mean, I was kind of like, come on, man, your wife.
I don't know. Ilsa's kind of bad. Okay, this is 3.5 stars. Mission Impossible Fallout is the 6th entry in the Mission Impossible franchise, and in many ways it feels like the end of one journey. It closes up the existing storylines before moving us into the final chapter of Ethan's journey. As the weight of his past choices begin to bear down on him, Ethan Hunt faces decisions that could shape the world. What stands out, though, is that he's no longer searching for a way out. He feels resigned to this type of life. The burden isn't something he's trying to escape anymore, but something he's learned to carry. Tom Cruise returns as Ethan Hunt, and for a character I once considered underdeveloped, he's evolved significantly. He no longer is just a calculating machine. There's a real sense of humanity here. Cruise handles both the internal conflict and the lighter moments well, giving Ethan a depth that earlier entries only hinted at. I will say I agree. I think I remember the first review we did for this, we were like, hey, Ethan's just a guy.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, the movie just happens to focus on him, but he is in fact a side character of his own team. Henry Cavill joins the franchise as Agent Walker, a cold, calculated operative who's meant to replace Jeremy Renner's role within the team dynamic. I don't see that. I have to disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, Renner did also come from the CIA. No.
Do you think Walker could have identified people like that?
Yeah, no, I think, completely different roles, because Jeremy Renner's character was like kind of a lexicon of people's faces on hand drawings, whereas Cavill's character was more like, yeah, I'm here, I'm additional muscle.
Yeah, I'm additional muscle, and I'm gonna probably kill one of you because you're gonna do something bad.
Yeah.
Okay. He portrays a character who's supposed to be capable of making the hard choices should Ethan be unable to. Walker is also meant to be a dark reflection of what happens when an agent loses sight of what's important. Who Ethan could have become had he let his anger rather than his heart keep him steady. Rebecca Ferguson and Michelle Monaghan both return as Ilsa Faust and Julia Mead. A surprise rarity for the franchise. They serve to remind us of the lives Ethan's walked away from. Had he been capable of walking away. It bothers me that these two women and Vanessa Kirby are only there to be love interests for Hunt. Kirby in particular feels unnecessary. I will say when she kisses him, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like if she would have not kissed him, I think cool. Just a side character. She's just there. But like the fact that she kisses him is weird. Ilsa's not just a side character who's there for Ethan though. She wasn't even that in the last movie. She was doing her own thing. And of course, what's her name? His wife is going to be the love interest. It's his wife. Like, that's her role.
Yeah, that's kind of the point of a wife.
Once again, I do enjoy this movie. It's tense and the action rarely slows down, and I appreciate how character-driven Mission Impossible Fallout is. As mentioned, in a lot of ways, it perfectly sums up Ethan's journey thus far, from constantly being disavowed to his relationships, even rock climbing being brought full circle. I did notice that.
I noticed that too.
This could have been a satisfying conclusion to Ethan Hunt's journey, but Tom Cruise wasn't quite finished with Ethan yet, and his final journey and new adventure loom just around the corner. 3.5 stars. It's a pretty fair assessment. I wouldn't rate it 3.5 stars. But I agree with most everything except the Jeremy Renner thing. So.
And the Ilsa thing.
I do not speak ill of Ilsa. Like, she's up there for me with like Elizabeth Swann of like female characters, because she's like, she does her own thing. Like,
yeah.
Yes, she happens to be attracted to Ethan and they're like a thing, but like it's like Catwoman. Like she does her own thing. She's not there to balance anyone out.
She's very Catwoman-esque, yeah.
Yeah. So what would you rate this movie? 1 to 5 stars.
I'm giving this one a 5.
5.
I feel like I did thoroughly enjoy it.
I gave this 4 before. I'm willing to bump this up to a 5. And in addition to that, I think I'm willing to, on my lists of, because I have the Mission Impossible ranked here. Let's see if I can find it. Nope. Where is it?
I will say though, this is my second 5-star of the franchise.
Next to 2.
Next to 2.
That's,
well, not next to, but this one is underneath 2.
Underneath 2,
Yeah.
but yeah. So I currently have this one ranked as the second best, above Rogue Nation and Dead Reckoning, which is the 7th one.
Okay.
So my current order is 8, 6, 5, 7, 4, 3, 2, or 4, 3, 1, 2. I'm willing to not move this past Final Reckoning because I think Final Reckoning is just perfect ending for Ethan. Like, it is just so fucking perfect. So yeah. I'm gonna leave it where it's at. But I'm gonna keep it. I'll bump it up to 5 stars because I gave Final Reckoning 5 stars. So I'll bump this up to 5 stars.
I'm at 2, 6, 1, 4, 3, 5.
Okay, so you still don't like, after seeing this, you still don't like Rogue Nation as much.
No, yeah, I don't think it deserved to be that boring.
Okay.
Even though this did build off of that, I don't know. Part of me is also wondering if, because of how like boring I thought the last one was, if that made this one even better.
Maybe.
Like if Rogue Nation was on par with Ghost Protocol, and then this one came out, I don't know. I feel like maybe I would have thought these are all just kind of generic at that point, since it's just like consistently decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean,
I feel like 5 has to suffer for 6 to be so good.
Yeah, walk so that 6 can run.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I think that's the exact same feeling I have for 7 and 8.
Okay.
Because I like 7. I think 7 was a perfectly...
I'm not excited for the next one.
I think, you might like it. I don't know. Okay. I did not like it. I didn't hate it. I wouldn't rate it. I think I gave it, let's see, what did I give it? I gave it 4 stars.
Okay.
So same as I gave this one the first time. I just think that, and I knew going into it, it was a part 1, and it ends on a cliffhanger, kind of. Like, there is a conclusion, but like that, I guess, like chapter of the overall story. Like, it was like, okay, now we're going on to the next thing, but the next thing is going to be in the next movie, rather than like faking you out. I think that there was just a lot happening, and I think that, and I don't like to say this, but I think that if there is one of these movies where maybe it was a little too long, maybe we did a little too much, it was 7.
Gotcha.
I think there was, it had to tee up everything that happens in 8.
Yeah.
And everything that happens in 8, it's the same as this one, where it's almost 3 hours of just nonstop action. So, I mean, the final fight sequence, you've probably seen the trailer for 8 where they're on the biplanes. That's a 45-minute sequence.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. So yeah, I remember after seeing 7, I kind of was like, like they teed this up. There's one big thing that happens towards the end of the movie that I objectively I hate it, but not in like a this was poorly done way. I just didn't like that it happened.
Gotcha.
Like, I didn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
But I understand why it happened. But yeah, so I think we're kind of in the same bucket, but just on different two-parters.
2 parts, yeah.
Okay. So I'm willing to keep this at 2 for now. I need to go back and watch Dead Reckoning. The thing is you gotta understand that I watched Dead Reckoning twice in theaters. And then the day that I watched it twice in theater, the second time I watched it in theaters, I came home and had Nick put it on Plex and watched it again. So I watched it 2 times. Like, I cried when I first saw this in theaters.
Which one's Dead Reckoning? Is that the last one?
Dead Reckoning 7, Final Reckoning's 8. I cried. Okay. Final Reckoning, I cried the first time I saw it in theaters. Like, Sean's dad looked over at me and I was in tears. And he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just really sad right now." So yeah, I like, and you have to also understand that I saw all 8 of these movies in a 2-week span for the first time. Like, I was like, I decided 2 weeks before Final Reckoning came out, I was like, I'm going to get into these. And then I watched 1 and I was like, this was not that great, but it was cool. Watched 2 and said, what the fuck? Didn't really like that. Watched 3 and said, holy shit. And then watched 4 and said, oh my God, Brad Bird. Watched 5 and said, holy shit, that was cool. Watched this one and said, holy shit, that was cool. Watched 7 and said, eh. And then watched 8 and cried. Like, I literally watched 7. I timed it perfectly so that I watched Final Reckoning the day before I saw, or sorry, Dead Reckoning the day before I saw Final Reckoning in theaters.
Okay.
So I watched these all like right back to back, and it was just, I think that's why I feel so strongly about my ranking, because I'm like, I did not have to wait the 5-year gaps that these movies have. Like, I got to go back to back to back and digest it all at once. So, but yeah.
Alrighty.
Mission Impossible Fallout. Let's do some socials. Next week you got something. I don't know what you got. You probably don't even know what you got.
Oh, fuck it, I'll figure it out.
I'll tell you what my episode's going to be in 2 weeks, because I'm really excited about it. Sean's not excited about it because he doesn't know who this person is, but you know who this person is, and I'm really excited about it. We're going to be covering the wonky, wacky, crazy life of Steven Seagal.
Oh,
dude,
such a good topic.
I'm on the the way I research, and Sean told me this is bad, I go to Wikipedia, which is a good source, by the way.
Yeah,
it's a fairly decent
it's
source.
Time to end the cycle of hate.
Yeah, it's a good source. I often will read the article and then go to their sources and get a little bit more detail from their sources. Scrolling through his thing, that's why I told you I had like a timeline and then I had to add stuff into it. There's a section in his Wikipedia, accusations and controversies, and I said, oh, perfect.
It is a fat list.
It is so fat, and like him, so fat. I have Family Guy clips for this episode. Like, have
you ever seen a Steven Seagal movie?
No, I've never seen a Steven Seagal movie. Someone I follow on Letterboxd actually logged one the other day, and I was like, no way, this is so perfect.
The more recent of a Steven Seagal movie you see, the better.
No, I want to go in blind. Like, I'm gonna mention a bunch of his movies, and you're probably gonna show me clips on air. Like I want to go in blind. I refuse. But some of the stuff that he's done, man, is just absolutely insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to get into it because it's gonna start spoiling it. But I already have like 6 pages of notes for this. Like, it's crazy. This guy's insane. I need him on the podcast as a guest. I'm hoping that he reaches out. If he's not too busy at Mar-a-Lago. Spoiler alert. Okay, so if you are listening on a podcast app, remember to subscribe to the show, turn on notifications for new episodes. They come out every Wednesday sometimes. Also, be sure to leave us a rating and written review because it helps people discover the show. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications and leave a comment so that you never miss an episode. The YouTube videos come out Thursdays at 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. YouTube is Learning Curve Pod, Instagram learningcurve.podcast, Twitter learningcurvepod, Bluesky learningcurvepod.bsky.social, TikTok is Learning Curve Podcast, Bodhi's Twitch, which is very sporadic, I've noticed, because I have post notification summaries on, and I wake up every morning and it's like, Shrink 3 Dink is streaming, Shrink 3 Dink is streaming,
yeah,
Shrink 3 Dink is streaming.
Go like 2 hours at a time.
Yeah. His Twitch is Shrink 3 Dink. I'm not going to read my Twitch because I need to get an internet situation situated. But I do want to say, because we started putting this in the bio of the episodes, but I never put it into the actual socials readout. We don't need to put it on screen. We do have an email if you have feedback or suggestions. I may read them. I may respond to them. I may delete them.
It's in the biography.
learningcurvepod@gmail.com. If you have any topic suggestions there's a guy in Singapore that just got arrested for licking a straw.
Did someone email in about that?
No, but someone told me about it and was like, this might be. It's like the article's like less than a 2-minute. Not going to be good for me, but thank you.
Appreciate it. I really want to get a I was thinking about this earlier. I want to get a world map eventually, and then each time a country is like our highest listening for that week, we put like a pin in it.
Oh, we dress up like them.
Well, we'll revisit that one at a later time maybe, but I just want to do world maps and pins for right now.
Okay, we could do that. We need to figure out the futon situation eventually. Posters hung up.
Yeah.
But yeah, learningcurvepod@gmail.com if you have suggestions, feedback, anything like that. Go ahead and email us. But yeah, we'll be back next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.